Hi, I'm Healing Means. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a natural hair video. This is an Alphabet Series 2025 video. We are on the letter G, and G is going to be for green tea. In my hair product collection, I was only able to find an ingredient with the letter G, not a brand name, not a line. Well, I guess this is kind of a line. Today, I'm going to be using the Not Your Mother's Natural brand, and I'm going to be using the Matcha Green Tea and Wild Apple Blossom line. For today's products, I only have a shampoo, a rinse out conditioner, and a deep treatment. And I'm just going to go with that. I'm not going to try to find a leave-in and a styler with the letter G. I tried that in my previous Alphabet Series 2025 video. Make sure you check that out. If I get to an alphabet and I only have part of the products that go with my 4-step wash day, I'm just going to use what I have. Step 1 is cleansing. Step 2 is rinse out or deep conditioning. Step 3 is moisturizing. And step 4 is styling. Sometimes I'll have a step 0, which is a pre-poo, and a step 5, which is an oil or other sealer. Before we get into today's wash day, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know now. Y'all, please, let's get into today's wash day. I am fresh off of my workout. Today is Tuesday. Y'all, for Motion Monday, I just totally did not do that. Of course, the plan was to do it. I did do a lot of moving and shaking and moving and grooving, but I did not do a formal or designated exercise plan on yesterday. So I got up this morning and I did. Normally on Mondays, I do a walk at home video with Leslie. Y'all know the YouTube channel, you know the workout videos. Even though I have pretty much memorized all of the workouts, I make them more challenging to increase my health, wellness, and fitness. Well, today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So instead of doing more cardio-based workouts, which are the workouts that I choose from the walk at home videos, I wanted to do something more focused on strengthening and resistance. So I went through YouTube, y'all. There are thousands, if not millions, of exercise and workout videos on YouTube. If you don't want to go to the gym, if you don't want to leave the house, if you barely want to get out of bed, there is a workout video for you. So I just did a little searching. Like I said, I'm trying to do strengthening, resistance, but I didn't want to use any equipment and I didn't want a lot of jumping around. So I wanted low impact, strengthening, no equipment exercise. From the multiple videos I found, I kind of gathered pieces of all of them, and then I did my own workout routine. And then I also found a 10-minute routine. Y'all take a look at my community post where I shared all of that information there. Now, fresh off of that workout, y'all, it's time to wash my hair. I have the Not Your Mother's Naturals Matcha Green Tea and Wild Apple Blossom Nutrient Rich Shampoo. I have the Rinse Out Conditioner. And then I have the butter mask. Just a quick note, if you're new to my channel, I did recently, I would say in the past 2 weeks now, dyed my hair for the first time with henna and indigo. And y'all, look, if you can see it, hold on, let me just try to take this down. Y'all, the grays is already popping through. So I didn't catch all of the grays. I didn't catch 100% of the grays when I first dyed my hair. And within, I'm gonna say like a week, y'all, maybe, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, like they really started popping through. And if you can see, like they are really starting to pop through. And let me see if I can catch you, because I really noticed them. Y'all, I have gel and stuff in the front sections of my hair, so that's why, you know what I'm saying, in the gel, be gelling. So, and I think it's just aloe vera gel. Y'all, I have been using the Diva Curl Super Stretch that I had mixed with the aloe vera gel. and I had been using a Camille Rose, I believe it was Curl Aid, and I had another Camille Rose styler. Y'all, just a combination of those. Real simple, nothing fancy, because I've been doing a lot of working out, been going outside and stuff. So no real styles, but you'll see how I've been wearing my hair if you look at my past couple videos. But y'all, if you can look and see, like, the grays, you know what I'm saying? Like, the grays is coming through. And I had to remind myself, so I have had my hair dyed, well, more highlighted than dyed, and my hair is very resistant to color. And I would always have to do the treatment twice, or, you know, leave the chemical dyes in longer, or apply the dyes and go under heat for them to take. So I'm not surprised that besides missing my grays have started to pop through. And I'm going to be doing another treatment in the month of September. So I'm going to be doing another treatment. This time though, instead of doing the henna in a step all by itself and then following with an indigo step, I'm going to combine the first step with henna and indigo to give me a darker brown base, and then follow that with the indigo, which I hope will help to better cover these grays, y'all, because they showing out. They coming through, they showing out. And all of the kind of orangey reddish strands that you see, those are my gray hairs. So you can see I have quite a few of them. The grays are everywhere. They are mostly covered with the henna, but you can see that they are definitely trying to make themselves known. And yeah, that's what they're doing. Let me wet my hair down and get ready for the first step, which will be the shampoo. I'm going to start off with the shampoo. And of course, I need to... First time using, y'all. I know this is an old product. People probably don't even use this no more. People even still using Not Your Mother's. I have multiple lines of this brand, Not Your Mother's. Check out the recent live stream that I did when I was reorganizing my hair product stash. You'll see examples of what I had. Right, y'all, after many minutes, I was not able to do it. I was defeated by the top, so I'm gonna take the top off. And we have a kind of runny, liquidy shampoo. Let me try to just pour this from the bottle and show you. Okay, yeah, it is very thin. Very thin. And oh, gosh, y'all. Okay, right off the bat, I can hear the suds in the lather. If you can't hear it, y'all know I'm staring at them few little drops that I spilled on the floor. Let me just put this towel down, because I can already see that this is gonna get a little messy. And instead of doing one side at a time, I done already put the shampoo on both sides. So let me just be very careful. Look at that lather in my hand already. Let me be just very careful, because this looks like something definitely a little bit goes a long way. And let me just kind of place this. I did detangle my hair just a little bit after I wet it down. It wasn't really that tangled, but I feel even more so when I'm doing the shampoo, especially the shampoo out of the shower, which is the only way that I can show you my cleansing step, because y'all know I don't do in shower videos. I have a walk-in shower, so it's something that I could do quite easily, but that's just not my style. Y'all, getting in the shower fully clothed just don't seem right to me. And that's the only way I'm gonna record myself in the shower on my channel. Y'all may have a long sleeve shirt on, a parka with a hood, pants, shirt, and boots. And since y'all will be more focused on that than my hair, that's why I ain't gonna do it. So this is a very thin shampoo, but a lot of lather, but not a thick or rich lather. As you can see, pretty thin. A good amount of lather, but not not really rich or thick. And I already feel when I'm out of the shower that I use more product, whether it be shampoo, conditioner, whatever. I already feel that I use more. But because the lather is thin and the shampoo is light, it makes me feel like I need to use even more. I feel like I need to add more water. And I'm showing you this one side, and then I'm gonna go off camera and do a little bit more in-depth shampooing and shampoo the other side. But you see how thin, just spraying a little bit water, the suds have already vanished. And so here I am with probably spread out thin of another quarter size. So I probably put, I'll say just on one side, because the first applications I did split it between both sides. So I'll say probably about 50 to 75 cents, but a flat quarter though, y'all. A flat quarter, because this shampoo is so thin. And see, of course, adding more, I get more lather, but the lather is still thin and light. So let me see. The products that I had in my hair were fairly thin, though they weren't heavy. I didn't have a lot of oils and butters in my hair, so I feel like this would do it. This will do the trick for cleansing those products out of my hair. I would have to try this again, though, with heavier products in my hair to see if the shampoo would get those heavier products out. Y'all know I only do one round of cleansing for my hair, so let me go ahead and put about 30 cents, and I think I think that'll be it. Now y'all know I wasn't gonna let this top beat me, and of course after I finish shampooing my hair, now I get it out, and then look how thick, how much thicker the shampoo is. So let's see. This, maybe this was just what was in the top as I was attempting to pump it, but y'all saw how thin it was. Maybe it's something that have to be, maybe I should have shook up the bottle, which of course I didn't. Much thicker lather. Of course I already have a lot of shampoo in my hair already, but this seems a little bit more what I'm used to. But note to self, next time I'm gonna shake up the bottle, and now that I actually could use the pump top, y'all, you know. Okay, I have the shampoo rinsed out. My hair feels light, it feels soft, it feels cleansed, and now we're ready for the rinse out conditioner. So this is the matching matcha green tea and wild apple blossom nutrient rich conditioner. It says the same thing: detox and purify for healthier hair and scalp. Detox and purify, I could almost say that because my hair does feel lighter, but it feels clean to the scalp. So I guess I could go with that. Now y'all know I tested out this pump top beforehand, because I'm not finna be embarrassed like I was with the shampoo bottle. When rinsing out the shampoo, I did smell kind of like the apple blossom. I didn't really smell it too much when I was applying the shampoo, probably because I was getting beat up by the pump top, but I did smell the apple scent when I rinsed my hair out. So let's see, for the rinse out conditioner, nice and creamy, and I do smell a very light fragrance. Yeah, it smells very light. This is moderately thick, very creamy, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the rinse out conditioner just because I have the hair mask, or the deep treatment, or what we calling it here. This time we calling it a butter mask. Y'all know these product brands with these names, with these lines. It's a deep conditioner, a deep treatment, a hair mask, a butter mask, a hair treatment, a butter treatment. Y'all, it's step 2 of my wash day. This is the rinse out conditioner, and it is moderately thick, but almost the same thickness as the shampoo once I started squeezing it out of the top and not just pouring it out of the bottle. Y'all saw how liquidy and runny it was, but I probably should have shook up the bottle. So next time, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shake up the bottle. My hair feels like it's drying out fairly quickly, and that's something that I have noticed as well since doing the henna treatment. My hair was already feeling dry, just due to the summer, the heat, the weather, the temps. But after the henna treatment, I noticed that my hair was drying out and feeling drier quicker. So one of the things I need to make sure that I focus on all year round, especially in the heat, especially in the dry winter, but also now, especially after henna treatment, is to make sure that I keep my hair moisturized. And I'm just gonna lightly comb this through. Again, this is the Not Your Mother's Naturals Matcha Green Tea and Wild Apple Blossom line. This is the rinse out conditioner, and I like this. The thickness is one that I would say with heat, I could use this as a deep treatment. I know it's not a deep treatment, but some of these rinse out conditioners, they are such that you could use them as a deep treatment, sometimes even without heat. But this one I probably would add heat, either sit under my hair dryer, use a thermal heat cap, you know, whatever. Put a shower cap on, put a towel over it, do maybe like 5 or 10 minutes of an exercise, just anything to kind of increase that heat and that warmth at my scalp to help the product more deeply penetrate into my strands. This is smooth. It comes through fairly easily, but it feels more at this moment like it's sitting on top of my hair, which to me is even a better sign that it could be used as a deep conditioner. So this is one side. I'm going to do the other side off camera, y'all. I'm not gonna let this stay in my hair too long. Again, I want to focus more on the butter mask, the deep treatment. And with the deep treatment, after I apply that, I'm actually going to get in the shower, because like I said, I am fresh off of a workout routine and I am a bit sweaty, so I need to take my shower and change my clothes, because y'all know I always got somewhere to go. And many days later, y'all, maybe even a week later, I'm not sure. So I have mentioned this like a whole bunch of times. I started this alphabet series 2025 wash day, letter G, where we using Not Your Mother's Naturals Matcha Green Tea and Wild Apple Blossom. I use the shampoo, I use the conditioner. I got a call that my car is ready for pickup, and so I stopped the wash day. Many days went by, and now I'm back. Now, to recreate the wash day, y'all, I went back just before I started recording this video. Yes, it's early in the morning. I have my pajamas on. But I used the shampoo. This time I shook it up first, because if y'all remember the first time I used it, it came out very liquidy. It was real liquidy. I shook it up this time. It came out a little bit thicker, but no change to the product. No change to anything. It did cleanse my hair. I only shampooed once because that's my normal routine. My hair felt cleansed. It did feel like it need a conditioner though. So I followed up with the matching rinse out conditioner. This is a nutrient rich line. So Matcha Green Tea, Wild Apple Blossom. It smells really good. The rinse out conditioner, immediate results of softening my hair. I'm not gonna say it has the most slip, but definitely loosens the tangles, and it did help me to finger detangle really well, and then I detangle with my wide tooth comb afterwards. So that was really good. I didn't have a lot of products in my hair the whole time, like in between when I started the wash day and today. So the main thing I had in my hair, y'all, my just got to have it all the time, and I actually added water to this, y'all. So I have to go get some more real quick. So this aloe vera gel, this is my #1 hair product of all time. of all time. I could do everything I need to do with this. So I just had this in my hair, and then after a few days I put a little bit of this on the end. Now this is the Main Choice Ancient Egyptian oil, but if you know, I mixed in a lot of other oils, so this is not just the Ancient Egyptian. I'm about halfway through the bottle, y'all, but every time it seemed to like go down a little bit. If I have oil from another brand or another whatever, I'll just combine it all into this, y'all. So who knows what's all in here now. It does have castor oil. I did add castor oil to it, so it's kind of thick, so I use it sparingly. That's what's taking me so long to use it, but it's still good. It still smells good. Now I'm ready for the third and the final product in this Alphabet Series 2025 video, and this is the Butter Mask, aka deep conditioner, y'all. This is a deep conditioner. Here is what it looks like. You can see I never used it. Still no protective cap though. Y'all know how I am about the protective caps. It has a smell. It's very light though. Maybe once I get some product out of it. And y'all know how I am about sticking my hand in a jar. So I'm gonna take my comb and put some, ooh, my goodness, y'all. Ooh, it's thick, about this much. And we'll see how much I use. Yeah, it's creamy, y'all, but this is thick. I don't have time to do heat, but I'm gonna do a shower cap and then put a cap on top of that. You know what this remind me of? This remind me of Eucerin or Noxzema. That's how thick this is. And so much for me sectioning the sections, because if you think I'm about to go back through, well, no, yeah, I think I have to at least section this in half. Y'all, this stuff, hold on. It's thick, y'all. It is very thick. If you ever use Eucerin or Noxzema, or you know somebody who have, or basically if you know the product, that's how thick it is. And I mean, this is thick. I think this would do well sitting under the hair dryer. But y'all know I can't trust my hair dryer. Oh, y'all, that hair dryer sometime on me, y'all. I don't put it on high, because if I turn it on high, y'all, it's gonna cut off in about 2.2 seconds. If I put it on medium, I might get 2.2 minutes. And it's off cool, medium, and high. So I'm going. Oh, I thought I dropped the comb. All right, but I'm just gonna comb this through, y'all. This stuff is, I keep saying it, but this is thick. If your hair is damp, you don't need a lot. Look how much just came through with the comb. Like, that's. But the shower cap plus another cap on top of it is gonna help with the heat, because I want this deep conditioner to absorb into my strands. I don't want it just to sit on the top. This will do well with heat applied. Now let me just make sure that I get the roots. I do apply product to the very top and roots of my hair, because that's where it's coming out of my scalp, and I want to make sure that I have product on every part of the strand, from the root all the way down to the end. Y'all, look at how this is just sitting on top of my hair. Please, y'all, please let this absorb in. And I'm gonna have I have about, depending on how fast I apply this, I can let this sit under the shower cap and the other cap for about 20 minutes. I remember I used to let my deep conditioner sit at a very minimum of 30 minutes. And that's with or without heat. Now, if I had heat, I would, maybe cut it down to 20 minutes, but I would still most times do a half hour for a deep conditioner. But the way, well, these companies, I dropped the comb. But these companies, the way that they formulating the deep conditioners, you know, some of them are saying 10 to 15 minutes, like even for a deep conditioner. So you don't have to do 30 minutes, an hour, overnight, you know, you don't have to do that. And sometimes those times are even without heat. They're saying that the, you know, heat is optional. The product will penetrate, it will do what it claims to do even without heat. Y'all, this stuff is so thick. And I'm not saying that in a bad way necessarily, and that water is warm to help me, and thank goodness, because if it was cold water, it probably would bead off of the deep conditioner. But I'm just saying, this stuff this stuff is thick, y'all. How many times I'm gonna say it's thick? Probably a bunch of more times. And y'all, let me finish applying this, and I'm gonna come back and do my little voiceover and tell y'all a little bit more about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had to just apply all of the deep conditioner and stuff because I only have 2 minutes left on my storage for my phone. So while I'm letting this sit in my hair, I'm gonna take some stuff off of my phone so I can record the rest of the video. But y'all, look, I still have this much left. I wasn't even able to use it all, y'all. This stuff is thick. So I have this, you know, plus this. Yeah, y'all, it's thick. So I'm gonna let this sit in my hair just as long as it takes me to remove some files from my camera so I can record the rest of the video. And then I'll be back to tell you my final thoughts on the Not Your Mother's Naturals Matcha Green Tea and Wild Apple Blossom line for the Alphabet Series 2025 video letter G. Okay, I'm back. I have cleared just enough space on my phone, y'all, to record the rest of this video. So I rinsed out the Matcha Green Tea Wild Apple Blossom Butter Mask. Y'all, my hair feels so soft. It feels so soft. But I will say that using heat, like getting under a hair dryer or any kind of heat application, would be even better. Y'all, this stuff is so thick. Thick for me, especially. So y'all know I scooped some out in the top and I didn't even use all of it. I have this much left and this much in a jar. Y'all, this stuff is thick. The way it applied on top of my hair, it seemed like it was just sitting. But I had this shower cap, and then I had my little cutie little head thing on top of that, and that helped to produce enough heat. And it probably was about a half hour. Y'all, it took longer to transfer them files than what I thought. So it probably was closer to a half hour, which of course y'all know put me in crunch time for everything else I got to do after this video. But this is how my hair looks. It's very soft. Y'all see this part, this right here? This is a dry section on this side of my hair, and I think I have a kind of matching one on this side. But that's my hair. That doesn't have anything to do with the product. But even those dry spots, my hair feels soft. It feels moisturized. I like it. I like it. Now, this could be a deep conditioner or a line that I could use after I do my henna and indigo treatment. Y'all remember the last line I used, I said this would be something that I could use before the henna treatment. This line I feel like I could use after the henna treatment. So this is how my hair looks. I'm just gonna do some twists. I'm not even gonna do a video from that, but I will show you the products that I'm gonna be using. So of course I look to see stuff that was already open, y'all. I am trying to not have a whole bunch of products open. And y'all know every time I do an alphabet series, I end up with a whole bunch of open products. So I'm trying to use them as they are opened, even as I open more for the alphabet series. But I'm going to use this Design Essentials Natural Coconut and Manoi Curl Enhancing Dual Hydration Milk with sunflower and marula oil. Y'all, I really like this. This whole line of Design Essentials, yeah, all of it. I really like this. Then I'm going to pair it with the Allocate Naturals Lemongrass Styling Mousse. This right here. Now, I did a little mix in a poem, y'all. I did that, and it looked like it was okay. So Here's a little bit of this, and put a little bit of foam. I actually also tried this with the Pure Oils, the moisturizing, the blue line, the moisturizing line with the Silk Elements Pure Oils, and that did well too. But what I'm looking for in this is just for it not to look, I don't know, like curds and whey or something. And you can see the leave-in just totally melted into the foam, which is good. And I keep mixing, keep stirring, checking, y'all. Look, checking just to make sure, I'm not sure what kind of hold or whatever I'm gonna get. I'm not really looking for anything particular. I just was looking for a moisturizer and a styler just to do some twists in my hair. So I'm gonna do that, like I said, off camera. I'm not even gonna record a video, but you'll see it. And I'm just going, because y'all know waste not, want not. You'll see it in future videos, and I'll let you know how it turned out. But that's what I'm gonna do right now, because my hair is already drying, y'all. My hair is just, it's drying so fast. Ugh. Tell me, what do you think about the Not Your Mother's Matcha Green Tea and Wild Apple Blossom line? Again, the shampoo, the rinse out conditioner, and then the butter mask. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for this video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know. And until next time, be safe, be well, and be blessed.